facilities, home walls, training tools, outdoor rocks, friends, social media. In this video, I'd like to go over what I think makes a good climber good. My name is Chang and these are my humble true opinions. And this is what do you need in order to become a good climber? Gyms. A climbing gym is practically where 100% of climbers begin. Without this bad boy, climbing would have never became mainstream or even accessible to the average human being. Simply because, can you imagine a complete noob climber buying loads of gear, crash pads, driving an hour or two away from their humble abode, and having to do a 30-minute hike just to climb for the very first time in their first life? No. Climbing gyms are very essential for being a good climber, and it's almost prerequisite. It's like the tutorial of a game. You just gotta go through it. Friends/community. Over the course of my climbing career, I've started and stopped a couple times, but when I started making friends in the climbing community, that's when my climbing became very consistent. And I believe this social aspect is very important to becoming a good climber, because without it, you're alone, and doing something alone isn't exactly the funnest thing in the world. Also, there's no particular assholes in climbing. They all just typically want to go up. So gyms and friends are paramount for becoming a good climber. But what pushes the average climber to become a great, good climber? Some climbers compete in competitions, which inherently motivates them. But for most people who don't compete in competitions, and this isn't exclusive to non-competitors, we have something known as outdoor projects. Outdoor projects is what gives you the motivation to climb harder and better. By consistently ticking off hard projects over time, you consistently become better. By grade chasing, you become better. By spending time dialing in the sequence, you become better. And by constantly pushing the envelope and mounting a hard object known as a rock, you become better. And outdoor projects provides all of that. Home walls. I think we're at a point where if you want to build a home wall and you have the space, you could build a home wall. And if you don't want to build one, you could just always Lego one from Kilter, Tension, Moon, from the various home wall board climbing companies that already exist. Now, the home wall isn't exactly essential to becoming a good, great, adequate climber, but it's kind of like collecting shoes if you're a sneakerhead. Sure, you could have one pair, but you could also have 100 pairs. It's kind of like that. Hangboards. Now, these could be mounted or mobile, and I believe hangboards are very essential for becoming a good climber because they build the most important strength in climbing, which is finger strength. And you can say technique this, technique that, but at some point in time, you just need to become strong. And no amount of technique is going to turn a V3 climber into a V10 climber without a substantial increase of strength. Lastly, I would like to touch on social media. YouTube, Instagram, etc. It's just cool to see other people climb and do the things that you do online. Gives you a sense of community, gives you a sense that you're not alone doing this, all that good bullshit. Not only that, you can also post your own stuff for others to see, for you to keep records of your climbs, and to let others know that you are getting better. You know, that good shit. A bonus one would be grades. While a lot of people say you shouldn't grade chase, well, how else would you know you've gotten better unless there's a definite mark of it? Like, we know first place is first place because, well, there's a goddamn first, and second place is second because, well, it's next to first, etc. And while grading is a very murky topic in climbing, there's no doubt that a V3 climber turned V7 is a much better climber than if they were still a V3. And I think it's a bit ridiculous to say you shouldn't worry about grades and just climb for fun, because fun is subjective. And you want to know what's not fun at all? Walking up to a boulder and not being able to do a single move or even pull off the ground, all because the strong guy said, oh, don't worry about the grades, just try hard and you'll have fun. No, it's not fun to try and not be able to even come off the ground. That's horrible. Grades not only let us know that a climb is very difficult, but it also lets us know whether a climb is doable or too easy. No V10 climber is looking for that V1, and no V1 climber is looking for that V10. It's called levels. You must find something challenging for your level in order to keep things fun, and grades provide a somewhat human means of doing that. Grades matter. My name has been Chang, and I'll see you next time, partner.